Ja, hej och välkomna tillbaka till Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trilogy ännu en gång. Och vi ska hoppa in på, vi är fortfarande på episod 3 här. Men vi är på dag 3, investigering. Byggande upp till den tredje och sista rättegången för att avsluta det här fallet. Och vad hände senaste gången vi var i rättegången? Ja, vad hände då egentligen? Ja, jag kommer inte riktigt ihåg, men vi får se. På kontoret börjar här. That was a close one, huh, Mia? Really? Too bad. I'm sorry I missed it. What? Maya? So what happened? Well, I think I've got a pretty good idea who did it. Now all I need is a motive and proof. Wow! Good going, Nick. Under the initial trial system, tomorrow is the last day we have. Initial trial? What's that? That's the new court system they introduced 2 or 3 years ago. They had so many cases in the system, they decided to speed up the whole process. So, under that system, trials have to end in 3 days? Yeah, pretty much. Well, we have no time to waste. Huh? I don't get it, Maya. Why would Mr. Hammer steal the steel samurai costume? Ja, just det, det var den stora avslöjandet, eller avslöjandet. Det som vi kom på här var att det var Mr. Hammer som stal samurajkostymen, stålsamurajkostymen och sprang runt med den där och blev tagen av en bild av en kamera. Och att vi nu måste tänka om lite där hur det gick till. Jag tror att vi kom fram till att just en annan sak var ju också att själva mordet tog plats i studio 2 istället för studio 1 där kroppen hittades och där vi trodde att det var, vilket gjorde att de här som befann sig vid studio 2 inte längre har ett alibi. What? You mean Mr. Hammer was wearing the costume? Yeah. But Mr. Hammer was the victim, Nick. Why would he go through trouble of stealing it? That's what we have to find out. What happened with the director's testimony? Well, it's pretty clear that the producer and the director were both in the trailer. Huh. Which means that the killer has to be one of them. Really? Why? Because the real scene of the crime was Studio 2, where that trailer is. What? Was Maya always this excitable? Jag tror det. Well, have you noticed anything that might help us? I can't see what's going on when Mia is here. So no, I haven't noticed anything. Right. Maybe we should go talk to WP. WP. Powers. Right. Okej. Vi går väl att börja med honom då. Will Powers.
Mr. Wright, you did very well again today. Thank you.
Oh, thanks. Could you not look like you're about to burst into tears? Wow, Nick. You must have really wowed them in there. And could you wipe that grin off your face? Hey, WP! Only 1 day left. Let's make it count.
Yes, though there is not really anything I can do to help.
Ha 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 ha! I'm not really sure what I can do either. Ha ha ha! Please, this is no laughing matter. Could you tell me more about Miss Vasquez?
Oh, the producer. She's well respected in the industry. They say she's a genius.
A genius?
She's been at Global Studios for 5 years now. Right or wrong, nobody dares tell her different these days.
Why is that?
Ever since she came on board, we've had nothing but hits. Global Studios was once on its knees, but she picked it up and made it shine. Oh, and
what?
Nothing. Forget it. I've only heard rumors. Anyhow.
Can you tell me anything about Mr. Manella?
Oh, he used to be a minor straight-to-video director. But something in his work caught Vasquez's eye. She brought the Steel Samurai idea to him. Now, everyone knows the name Sal Manila. I hear he's pretty much at her beck and call, though. Whenever she says jump, he asks how high and all that.
I can imagine him being in her beck and call, though I can't imagine him jumping. I was wondering about Mr. Hammer. He was a big star back in the day, right? But here he has dropped off then he just dropped off the face of the earth.
Oh, yes, you are right. In fact, he was my role model when I started in this business. But he just stopped taking big roles. That's when he began appearing in little productions at Global.
How could he do that? I was really looking forward to a sequel to Samurai Summer.
He just gave up being a star 5 years ago. Actually, now that I think about it, that was right when Miss Vasquez came to Global.
5 years ago. Okej, så vi hintar väl här att det finns något sammanband mellan producenten Vasks inkomning i studion och Hammers fall från storhet. Ja, vi skulle gå vidare här, tänkte jag väl då. Nej. The old windbag sure is quiet today. You know, this place is really peaceful like this. Nick? I think her guard's down. Yeah? I bet we could even eat those donuts in the guard station, if we wanted. You eat, you die. Phew, she's alive. I was wondering about Vasquez, the producer. Oh, the studio bigwigs love her, so she always gets her way. She seems bitter. Do you not like the producer? Look, the studio people don't want me talking about her, so sorry. Can I ask you about Salmonella, the director? Sal, he's soft, a pushover. Does whatever Vasquez tells him to.
She treats him like that, but I think he likes it.
Huh? Why would anyone like being treated like dirt? That doesn't make any sense, does it, Nick?
No, it doesn't, Maya. About Mr. Hammer.
I heard about what you said today, cheeky whippersnapper. Poor old Hammer, you drank him shot down from the sky and stole it. Calling him a criminal, a thief. I won't forget this.
Uh-oh, she's really pissed this time.
You listen to me, whippersnapper, and my poor old Hammer would never do such a thing. Why would he steal the power's costume so he could sneak by me? He would never stoop so low, it's impossible.
Ja, inget mer här då. Vilken tur. Vi går employee först då. Employee area.
I guess they're not filming today either. I did want to see them filming, just one time.
This trial will be over and done by tomorrow. You can come see them film later.
I guess. This is where you found that bottle of sleeping pills, right?
Uh-huh.
I wonder if there's any other clues lying around.
Ja! No touching!
Eek!
Oh, sorry, pal. I didn't mean to frighten you.
Did it mean? I almost had a heart attack.
Hehehe. Yes, I can be a little dramatic at times. I suppose it's the actor in me. Dramatique, dramatique way, indeed. Ahem. Anyway, I'm here to examine the plate and the table, and on the table. Wait, are you looking for sleeping pills? Yeah, pal, traces thereof.
So, you're looking for traces of sleeping pills. How?
For a thorough examination, I gotta take the plate back to the precinct. But I have the capabilities to make a cursory examination right here. A science guy gave me some testing solution. This reacts to these sleeping pills here, see? If there's tracing, it'll change color.
Wow! Neat! Well, Detective Gumshoe, what are you waiting for?
No. Everything in due time, pal. Well, the testing solution on the plate changed color, alright. So the food on this place had been laced with sleeping pills? Looks like it. Det är konfirmerat då. Som vi gissade. How goes your investigation? To tell the truth, it's a real mess, pal. Some people think we should pursue the case we already have against Powers. And some people think we should switch suspects.
What do you think, Detective Gumshoe?
Well, pal, I hate to admit it, but I'm not sure I buy the case against Mr. Powers anymore. I feel kind of bad for Mr. Edgeworth, though. How is Edgeworth doing, anyway? Mr. Edgeworth is out of control. He was in the waiting room and he crushed his paper cup with hot coffee in it. Whoa! Talk about burns, pal.
Wow! The fury of Edgeworth.
Yeah, crushing paper cups. Cups? Bottles? Say, whatever happened with that empty bottle? All the bottle of sleeping pills?
Well, I got some good news for you about that. They found the victim, Jack Hammer's prints on the bottle.
So that means...
Yep, it sounds like the one who put Powers to sleep was none other than the victim.
So I was right. Okay, Dresseringsrummet. Oh, hello.
What are you doing here?
Oh, I was just cleaning up the dressing room. I guess WP won't be using it anymore, so...
What? Why? But WP's innocent.
Yes, and I'm really grateful for all you've done. But this week is the last episode of the Steel Samurai.
What? No!
I was wondering if I could ask you about Mr. Hammer.
Yes.
On the day of the murder, he went to Studio 2.
Huh? I thought he went to Studio 1.
He stole the Steel Samurai costume too.
What? Why would Mr. Hammer do something like that? Oh, I guess the rumors must be true then.
The rumors?
Yeah, Miss Mask, that producer, had some kind of hold on Hammer. She had some dirt on him. He'd do anything she said, apparently.
Some dirt? What dirt?
Dirt, you know, bad stuff.
I know what dirt means.
About 5 years ago, they were filming a movie starring Mr. Hammer. They were using the new studio, Studio 2. Some sort of accident happened during filming. After that, they never used Studio 2 again. They left the film set the way it was too.
The film set? Was that trailer part of the film set then?
What do you mean, the last Steel Samurai?
I know it's a shock, but nothing can be done to save it now. Whoever really did kill Mr. Hammer also signed Steel Samurai's death warrant.
No.
Also, I hear that Global Studios is going to change its programming. They're not going to make kids shows anymore.
What? Why?
I don't know. It's sad, but that's what Global Studios decided.
Why aren't they going to make kids shows anymore?
The studio bigwigs don't want Steel Samurai around anymore. They want to forget all this ever happened. They want it quiet, you understand?
How can they just do that? What about the kids who love the Steel Samurai?
It's okay. I'm sure the kids will be fine. They'll find a new hero to follow.
No, that can't be true. If the program just ends, they'll be heartbroken for sure. Nick, say something.
Yeah. I think evidence rather than words is called for here. Here, take a look at this. Måste vara den här.
And this is...
A fan collected all of these photographs.
The kids love the Steel Samurai. The show shouldn't be cancelled just so some adults can save face. I would think you would understand that better than anyone. You're right. Okay. But what can I do? Well, for starters, you can tell me something. Tell me what it is that Global Studios is so intent on hiding. Tell me about this accident 5 years ago. Okay. Could you tell us what happened 5 years ago? Well, I can tell you what I've heard. Apparently, 5 years ago, someone died, and it was Hammer's fault.
Someone died?
It was an accident, of course. Anyway, the producer, Miss Wax, managed to hush it up. And that's the dirt she had on Mr. Hammer.
And that's why Mr. Hammer would do anything Miss Wax asked him to do. But it was an accident, right? Why didn't they just make it public?
Well, you know, Mr. Hammer was a big star back then. They were afraid about what would happen to his career if word got out.
I see.
You know who knows more about this? Miss Oldbag. She was there at the studio back then, you know. Thanks, we'll try asking her. If she'll talk. Ja. Ska vi gå och prata med henne först då? Okej.
What? You're still slinking around? If you like the place so much, why don't you take over for me?
The old windbag doesn't look so good.
Everybody's doing their darndest to forget about Hammer. Who do they think made Global Studios what it is today? Hammer. It's all due to Hammer.
She's starting to froth at the mouth, Nick. Maybe we should keep a safe distance.
I wanted to ask you about 5 years ago.
Who told you? Who did you hear that from?
Nichols?
Nichols?
Nichols, Nick. Penny Nichols, that assistant we talked to.
Oh, right. Anyway, we heard about the accident. It was during filming with Jack Hammer. He killed a man, didn't he?
Whippersnappers! Dredging up dirt on someone's past like that, and the recently departed no less. I suppose you think it is fun?
No, I'm just doing my job to protect Mr. Powers.
And you claim that Hammer stole Powers' costume? You expect me to believe that rubbish? Or do you have some kind of proof?
Proof that Hammer stole Powers' costume. I have proof. I'm sorry, Mr. Oldbag, but I do have proof. I can prove that Mr. Hammer stole Mr. Powers' costume. Kan jag? Är det sleeping pills? Here's my proof.
What? What's a little empty bottle supposed to prove?
It's a bottle of sleeping pills with Mr. Hammer's fingerprints on it.
What does that prove? I'm sure old Hammer had some sleepless nights. Where's your proof that...
Okej. Är det här då? Mr. Powers ate a T-bone steak for lunch, correct?
Well, yes. So?
This is the plate that he used to eat that steak. There are traces of sleeping pill powder on the plate.
I see. Poor Hammer. You did wrong, Hammer. Rest your soul.
Miss Oldbag.
Okay, you win. I'll talk. I'm tired, see? Tired of holding it all in.
Miss Oldbag?
You're right. 5 years ago there was an accident. A fatal accident. What's the worst? A paparazzi took a photo of it. That photo, well, it caused quite a stir. And guess who made it all better? Wask. She has ties to the mafia. She silenced that paparazzi. That was the beginning. After that, she became a force to be reckoned with here at the studio.
I see.
But you have to understand, poor old Hammer never meant any harm to anyone.
Miss Oldbag.
Hold on a minute.
Poor Miss Oldbag.
Here, take this.
A photograph? Wait a second.
This is the picture.
Is this the trailer in Studio 2?
Hammer was supposed to fight with the bad guy on the top of those stairs there. He pushed the other actor, and the man fell onto the flower box fence.
But how did you get this?
It was a long time ago. I don't feel much like talking about it.
I understand. Sådär ja. Fick vi reda på lite mer om det då. Kanske ska gå dit då.
Think back, Nick, to the day of the murder. Mr. Hammer put on the steel samurai costume. Then he left from here to go to Studio 2.
Right.
But why? I wonder if someone called him, like the director or the producer.
Uh-oh.
Hey, Nick, it's Miss Wasks. Hello. Hello. Hello.
Maya, you should at least try to be polite.
I am watching the clouds.
That's all she had to say, apparently.
Excuse me. Mr. Hammer came here on the day of the murder and...
Shh! Perhaps you didn't hear me. I am watching the clouds. I am not interested in talking to you.
Do something, Nick. She's really ticking me off.
Oh dear.
Mr. Powers wasn't the killer. You don't have to cancel the Steel Samurai.
I think I am tired of the Steel Samurai.
You did it. Nick, she did it. She's the killer. My Fey blood speaks to me. I know it. I know it.
Oh dear. I was wondering if you could tell me about Mr. Manella.
If you must talk about that man, perhaps you could talk about it in the trailer by yourselves.
Oh dear. What's in the trailer?
Wasn't the assistant cleaning up yesterday? Funny, it still seems pretty messy in here.
I guess she was still on a high from getting that rare card she needed. Man kanske ska visa fotografiet. Vi vet dina hemligheter. She's not even looking.
Where?
What?
Where did you get that? Old bag.
Old?
She means the security lady, Miss Oldbag, Nick.
Right. Anyway, Miss Vasquez, you hid this incident from the press, didn't you? And you used it to control Mr. Hammer.
The wind.
The huh?
It's gotten stronger, don't you think? The wind. Your conversation interests me. Let's talk about it more inside the trailer.
Nick, she went inside the trailer.
Då gör vi väl det också.
You came. Well then, what was that you were talking about?
Why is she so eager to talk all of a sudden? Miss Vasquez, you were using that accident. You were blackmailing Mr. Hammer so you could control him, weren't you? That's why he was doing kid shows for petty change.
So I'm a blackmailer now.
Well, that's what it was, wasn't it? I mean, sure, it was an accident, but you used it to drag Mr. Hammer down from his rightful place as a star.
Oh, I haven't pulled anyone down from anywhere. Mr. Hammer's career went sour of its own accord.
But you were the cause. You pressured him. And to think it was just an accident.
Excuse me, what is this all about? You keep saying accident. How are you so sure?
What do you mean?
Must I spell everything out for you? Think, what would it be if it wasn't an accident?
No way. You mean Mr. Hammer did it on purpose?
That is what I mean.
Where's your proof? Can you prove it?
Just think. Would he have let me run his life for 5 years over a mere accident? And I ran him hard, believe you me.
But the security lady said it wasn't an accident.
Oh, well, she was a big fan of Hammer, you see. She jumped on the reporter who brought that photo into the studio. She wrenched it out of his hands, she did. Gave him a few bruises too.
So that's why she had the photo.
She's an old fool. Of course, all the reporter would need is the negatives. He could have made a copy. But he didn't. The only copy of that photo is the one you hold. Give it to me now.
What? This is value.
Boys,
Oh. Who are they?
professionals. They're good at erasing various things. What do you think? Would you like to be erased?
What?
The trial ends tomorrow. How unfortunate. It's a shame you'll have to miss it.
Tell me why. Why do you want this photograph so badly? This is Mr. Hammer's dirt, no? Why should the Vasks care? Why should the Vasks care about it at all?
I am sure you will have plenty of time to think about that where you're going. So long, friends. Boys, erase away.
No! Hold it right there. I heard everything, pal. The Vasks, you're coming down to the precinct with me now.
Not bad. Very well. It appears this contest will be decided tomorrow then, in court. I'll be looking forward to it.
Hey, you okay, pal? Sorry, I was a little with my entrance. I don't get many chances to practice that sort of thing.
Detective Gumshoe. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I was really scared.
Huh? Don't mention it, pal. Just doing my job.
Detective Gumshoe?
Sorry, it's just... I wanted to say that line ever since I became a detective. Okay, I've got one more job to do today. I'm sure we'll run into each other once again soon.
Well, Nick, it looks like we're getting close to the bottom of this.
And who's at the bottom? The Vasks. Sista rättegången, och vi vet ju nu att det är hon som ligger bakom allt det. Det är hon vi ska sätta dit. Så det ska vi göra. Kom ihåg att inte missa det. Sista delen av den 3:e kapitlet, episoden. Hej då!